Alrighty folks, well, time to start an all new adventure. Welcome back to a new episode of Maksim Outdoors. And as you've probably already seen, I'm currently here in Allegheny National Forest. And we have a very special episode that we've been planning for a while now. Two other YouTubers are gonna be joining me on this hike. We're here at probably one of the more popular backpacking loops in the entire state, Minister Creek. We're gonna be doing about 6 miles today. It's currently Friday the 13th in October. Tonight's gonna be a new moon and we're just off of Route 666. So couldn't really ask for a spookier October hike. But yeah, just standing here alongside Minister Creek. I'll be showing you the two other YouTubers that are gonna be joining me on this backpacking trip. But yeah, just got here. It's about 41 degrees. Really excited to show you all Minister Creek, as well as two of my favorite YouTubers out there. So let's head back to the parking lot, get the bag on, and get going. Hey, funny to see you here.
Hey, when'd you get here?
A couple minutes ago, but here we are. This is our first guest of the trip. This is Chris from Hiking with Ricky. You excited for the big day here?
Oh, absolutely.
What are you looking forward to?
The campsite. Sitting around a campfire, eating some food, telling some stories, and hanging out with my buddies.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing what, 6 miles a day, right?
I believe 5 to 6.
Chris found a nice spot to camp at. He's been doing some research, so whenever anything goes wrong, we're gonna blame him today. But yeah, we're waiting for one more, and we're gonna hit the trail here. All right, well, I'll just give you a really quick overview. They have a nice map here, and I'll show you what we're gonna be doing today. And as you can see, Minister Creek hiking trail here in the Allegheny National Forest. We are currently parked here. We're gonna be taking this trail and coming to a V here. We're gonna split off and do this little south loop. There's some cool rock formations that we seen last time we were up here. And eventually we will meander our way up to this Minister Valley Overlook and hopefully see some awesome fall foliage. And then we're gonna continue on up the trail here until we get to either here or here. And supposedly there is a very nice camping area that has an established fire pit, as well as some cool rock chairs. So the goal is to make it up to here today. I think it's between probably 3 and 6 miles. And then tomorrow they are calling for like 90% rain. So it's gonna start between like 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. So we're gonna pretty much have to hike all this tomorrow in rain. So I'm gonna break this up into 2 videos. So yeah, if you're new here, maybe you found me from Mountains of Memories channel, or maybe you even found me from Hiking with Ricky, give it a subscribe so you don't miss next week's adventure as we hike out in the rain. So all right, I'll show you who else is joining me today here in a second. Alrighty, well, the whole crew is here. We got Chris, wrestling fan from Hiking with Ricky, and we got Ryan from Mountains into Memories here. So we're about to hit the old Minister Creek loop for night out on the trail. So Chris is gonna lock up the truck and we're gonna get going here. So you want to say anything to the masses out there?
Well, just hopefully we survive this hike.
Yeah.
It's first time backpacking for me since 2006, so it might be a rude awakening.
Yeah, and we're hiking on a new moon off of Route 666 on Friday the 13th in October. So yeah, on in bear season, right?
Yeah, in bear season. So, and I don't have any orange on, so I might even get shot at.
Yeah, who knows? All right, so we're all geared up, ready to go. I think my bag weighs a little over 30 pounds, which is pretty crazy considering we're only going off for a day. But yeah, should be a good time. So we're gonna hike on up through there and show you a little bit of the Allegheny National Forest. So let's keep going. Yeah.
The mountain top was above.
Yeah. Every once in a while you can use it as a hiking stick if you do
For Memorial Day.
All right, well, so far so good. We have come to our first intersection on the trail here. Nice little V. I believe this is going to be the start of the southern loop here that will eventually take us up to the Minister Valley Overlook. As Ryan said, we're in a nice little hemlock forest right now. Some cherry trees dotted throughout this area as well, black cherry trees. And yeah, what a day so far. A little info about Allegheny National Forest. It is the only national forest in the state of Pennsylvania. Over 500,000 acres, countless hiking trails in the area, hundreds of miles, maybe thousands. But yeah, this is one of the best ones supposedly in the whole forest, even though it can get a little crowded from what we read. So we're following some, what are they, like chrome diamonds on the trail here. And tomorrow, when we're soaking wet probably, we'll be coming through here and probably ready to get back on the road. But yeah, beautiful day. We got about a half a mile to a mile, I think, before we get to the Overlook. So let's get going. Huh.
I was watching your last video on how to...
It's pretty here.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're allowed to use them in national forest. There's like a gray area with state parks though, from what I read. Like, if you fly them. Alrighty, well, we have come to the next point of interest here on the Minister Creek Trail. On the map, there is kind of a jumble of rocks on the southern loop, I believe it's called, and we have arrived here. And as you can see, those little rocks aren't so little. These are just absolutely giant boulders, if you want to call it that. I mean, this one's probably the size of my house. Video won't do it justice, but yeah, just believe me when I'm telling you, these things are just absolutely giant. This one's probably a good 4 stories tall in front of me, and you can see Chris and Ryan there off in the distance. Got some hemlocks popping up all throughout this area, but just a absolutely gorgeous area. See, somebody had a little fire ring camping underneath this rock cliff here one of these nights, maybe in a rainy night. The fog is starting to lift, and yeah, what a morning so far. This is definitely one of the cooler parts of the trail, so we decided to take a little breather.
Did you see that rock above our head there?
Yeah. Seriously. Oh.
Like they had popcorn as like gifts, and it was too much of it or whatever. So. Yeah, don't die.
You got me nervous now hiking with you.
Yeah.
Alrighty folks, well, we went from looking up at the rocks to currently being on top of these giant boulders now, and I'll give you a pretty spectacular view here. Kind of looking down, but you also get a view of the surrounding hills and some fall foliage off in the distance as well. So we were just down there a couple minutes ago. It was a little bit of a trek to get up, but yeah, check those views out. A good, I don't know, 30 foot or so, and you can see some of the changing leaves off in the background. But yeah, really unique area up here. We were kind of trying to figure out what kind of trees are up here. We don't know if they're white pines or not, but definitely some more hemlocks sporadically throughout this area. But just look at the ground here, just full of these little pine needles, just full. I mean, you could literally probably just sleep right on these and be somewhat comfortable. But there's all kinds of these little crevices and nooks and crannies all throughout this area, which is pretty cool. And if I do remember right, we'll be actually hiking through one of these in a little while. So just a little trail update here. We're having a blast. The weather is absolutely gorgeous for a October day. I'm in a t-shirt in the middle of a forest. Couldn't ask for anything better than this with two good guys. So let's continue on.
I had a shot set up, but I don't know where it went.
I keep saying on this video that this is the cool spot of the trail. This is the cool spot of the trail, but check this out. Literally heading into a little slot canyon here that you have to head through to get to the Minister Valley Overlook. So I'll take you along with me through this moss-covered little crevice in the side of a mountain here. Chris and Ryan are up ahead, but yeah, check this out. Pretty mind-blowing. Chris is my ride, so I can't sacrifice him.
And I got the keys.
Yeah. I'm easy going. That's what cropping is for. I kept worried I was. It'd be like a big kind of puzzle.
Alrighty guys, well here we are. This might be the highlight of the day. We have made it to the Minister Valley Overlook, and I have not seen this ever with leaves on the trees. So let's go and check it out together. Here we go. Supposedly this is peak fall foliage up here. Does look like the trees could be a little bit more turnt, but still pretty darn spectacular. Look at that. Yep, that's what makes going on hikes like this worth it. That's awesome. And a nicely stacked giant boulder the size of my my truck on another boulder the size of my house. But yeah.
Sacrifice me. You guys go all the way afterwards.
Kind of cool that it says that, because I just don't really what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, don't be dropping your phone down there.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that far. It's only.
Well, the other side is.
Yeah. No way this is real.
Well, one last look here at Minister Valley Overlook. The clouds are looking like they're starting to roll in here. Hopefully not foreshadowing for tonight, the big storm coming through. But yeah, one last look here before we start descending on down into the valley. You can actually see where Minister Creek runs through. And we'll be camping somewhere down there in a couple hours. So another little cool crevice we're going to be heading through here. Ryan showing you to scale just how massive these giant boulders are. But yeah, pretty impressive. All right guys, here we go into yet another giant rock crevice here along the Minister Creek Trail. Sites just keep getting more remarkable as we head deeper and deeper into this trail. Check this out. Wow, look at that tree. This is probably cooler than the last one we headed through. Yeah, the roaring 20s. All right, well, we made it to another interesting area of the trail here. As you can see, pretty overgrown, pretty full of jaggers, and a ton of downed trees, as well as some trees that are still standing. And from what I read, there was a either a microburst or a tornado that came through this area back in the 2000s at some point. I'm really not sure what year it was, and pretty much destroyed this entire area. So that's what we're dealing with right now. I do remember doing this in the winter a couple years ago, and this was by far the worst part of the trail. I think I have a leaf on my head, but yeah, as you can see, a little bit overgrown. All right, folks, well, we have descended on through the tornado blowdown and have arrived here at the bottom of the valley. And here is our first view of Minister Creek. I think we did about 4 miles a day according to Chris's phone, but yeah, really awesome area here. But yeah, we're gonna find a nice little area to camp, and yeah, we'll probably hike for another 20 minutes or so. But there are some, I guess, established, I don't want to call them established, but some just random campsites that people have made over the years, just some fire pits and even some chairs and whatnot that people have made out of stone. But yeah, here is your first look at Minister Creek. So we found a nice little camping area here. As you can see, nice fire pit, wood stocked, even 2 chairs, but you know, we got 3 people, so I think we're going to be a little greedy and push our luck here and continue on. We talked to a few folks out on the trail today, and they said after we cross 2 bridges, we'll run into quite a few campsites. So this one's really nice, but yeah, we're looking for 3 seats. We got to get Rod Dog a seat tonight.
No, you were right. Okay. Looks worse than what it is.
Alrighty, starting to regret not stopping at the campsite there, but we made it to our next little junction here. This is the start of the North Country Trail that runs from New England all the way to North Dakota. So we could technically walk to North Dakota from here, but we have a nice bridge crossing, and the next stop should be the creek, hopefully.
Oh, there's 3 chairs. Yeah, there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
What a coinkydink.
There's even a spot for Rye Dog.
All right, guys. Well, we are looking for 3 chairs and a nice little camp spot, and here we go. Ride dog go to seat for the night. Got a nice little fire pit, decent bit of wood around, and it looks like we're even gonna get a nice view of the night sky tonight. Like I said, it's a new moon tonight, so the stars should be out. Might even catch the Milky Way tonight if we're lucky, if the clouds don't blow over. But yeah, literally just got here. We're gonna set up camp, hang out. It's what, like 2:30 right now, so we got all day to hang out and talk about who knows what. So yeah, excited to finally put this bag down. So awesome. This makes me like never want to go back to the campground again.
You know, honestly. I don't care. I'm just great.
It'll be dry in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creek water, yum. If you ever wondered how do you get into tip-top peak mental performance and do these backpacking trips, you have to do at least one of these a day. This is Chris doing our morning routine where you got to carry a 300-pound log on your shoulder across a creek. Just a typical day backpacking here. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm not far. I'm like 10 minutes from it. But I couldn't find it. I said no, and I took it out to garbage. So to go outside, go through the garbage and find it. Luckily, it was in a bag. You know. Who like made these rolls? How many trials and errors did they do to make these rolls on these packages?
Good fire.
Yeah.
And then I don't know where or how I found your channel. I think a video just popped up.
You've seen what it took to get into peak male performance with Chris training. If you want to get into peak vlogger performance, Ryan's giving you a good demonstration of what us YouTubers have to do on a daily basis here to get that perfect shot. So
it's really challenging. Give me a like on my video to support the channel.
Yeah, check out Mountains to Memories. Just another example of the hardships of being a YouTuber.
I'm just surprised you hear something bad.
That's a Dylan call.
Yeah. He just perked up. He's like,
He's coming over.
They want me.
I think they want to go to the spring. Alrighty folks, well, we are officially wrapping up our day at Minister Creek. We're gonna get up bright and early, well, whenever we decide to get up, I guess. Hopefully we're not getting rained on. Fire's going. We burned just about every piece of firewood that you seen earlier. But yeah, this is the view here on a new moon on Friday the 13th in October off of Route 666. I said that earlier, but I mean, that's pretty cool to say. So Chris and Ryan enjoying the fire here just off the side of one of these little tributaries heading down to Minister Creek. It was absolutely perfect day in October. We had gorgeous weather, clear skies, the stars are out. Yeah. So as I said before, Chris from Hiking with Ricky, give him a subscribe if you can. He's newer. He's got 40 subscribers right now, but Woo! By the time you see this video, he'll probably have 1,000 because this video probably won't be out till January. And then of course Ryan, the celebrity on the trip here from Mountains into Memories, give him a subscribe as well. He just hit 1,000 subscribers not too long ago, so be sure to check him out. But yeah, what did you guys think about the trail?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, awesome. Everything like we talked about all day. Every time you turn a corner, it's just something different.
Yeah.
I'd say it's one of the best in PA, if not the best.
Yeah.
With all the rock outcroppings and stuff, and walking through them, what do you call that?
Like the crevices.
Crevices
Yeah.
and stuff. There's a term for it, like slot canyon.
Slot canyon, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so just excellent day all around. Like they said, you know, every time you think you've seen a cool area, you turn a corner and there was something cool, whether it was a overlook or like the slot canyons. We came down to the creek, the blowdown area, just a very diverse area here in Pennsylvania, and you couldn't really ask for a better trail. So yeah, we're gonna sign out here, and we'll be seeing you next week for part 2. Hopefully we don't wake up in the middle of a swamp here, because we're kind of in a low ground. But yeah, thanks for stopping out. As always, Maksim Outdoors. If you can, if you aren't already, give me a subscribe. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, we'll see you part 2 coming next week back here at Minister Creek. All right, guys, see you later.
Look, there's something. Is that an eagle?